Precious soul, feel that gentle tug, that sacred invitation into this space? Breathe deep, letting the peace of this realization settle gently upon your shoulders. You didn't just stumble onto this path, Virgo. Your powerful, discerning spirit recognized the frequency. It recognized that this moment, right now, is a turning point orchestrated by time itself. This is not chance. This is choreography. This exact moment was held sacred for you, preserved until the tapestry of your internal readiness was absolutely complete. Look closely at the journey that brought you here. Every meticulous step, every moment of quiet self-doubt, every single choice you analyzed deeply, they were all necessary threads in the grand design of your unfolding destiny. You are here because your heart knew, before your mind could articulate it, that the final, necessary piece of the puzzle was ready to be revealed. This meeting is not a simple coincidence. It is divinely timed, down to the very microsecond, because your destiny demands perfection. Imagine yourself standing before a magnificent, shimmering golden door. For what felt like perhaps 300 days, maybe even 3 years, you have been holding the perfect sculpted key in your hand, but the lock simply wasn't ready to receive it. That door required the alignment of certain heavenly forces, the silent growth beneath the surface of your conscious mind, the precise maturation of your own beautiful wisdom. That waiting, that yearning you felt, it wasn't wasted time. It was profound, necessary incubation. The universe honors your commitment to excellence, Virgo. It sees the dedication you pour into every detail of your life, the way you strive for absolute clarity and unwavering purpose. And because you are so dedicated to the absolute best, most refined outcome, the universe insisted that this understanding arrive not just quickly, but flawlessly. You needed to gather the exact strength, the specific insight, the particular deep courage necessary to step through this opening with absolute, unshakable confidence. If you had tried to rush it, the foundation would have been weak. Do you feel the presence of the silent watcher with us now? It is the great owl of wisdom, perched nearby, confirming that everything you have worried about, every delay that felt agonizingly slow, was actually serving a higher order of balance and preparation. This entire journey of slow, building understanding, symbolized by the beautiful number 8, the emblem of infinity and perfect cyclical flow, is now entering its most harmonious and rapid phase. The reason this took so long is the very reason it will now be magnificent, solid, and utterly trustworthy. You are not being denied access. You are being exquisitely prepared. Accept this profound validation. You are exactly where you need to be, ready now to receive the crystal clarity that will transform everything you touch. That clarity is here because truly, this message is no mere coincidence. Stop for a moment and listen deeply. Your guides didn't just stumble upon this path, they deliberately brought you here. They have been waiting for this precise moment, leaning in close, whispering a profound truth directly into the quiet center of your soul. It is time. Time to understand why the unfolding took exactly as long as it did. This understanding brings immediate peace, softening the edges of any residual frustration you might still carry about the past pace. The universe never rushes what is meant to be eternal. You are not just sitting still, you are actively crossing a sacred time portal right now. Feel the energy of the threshold beneath your feet, shifting the vibration from struggle to grace. This is the difference between waiting patiently in a quiet hallway and stepping through the final, gilded door into the great chamber of immediate realization. This portal marks the end of confusing delays and the unequivocal beginning of rapid, aligned movement. For years, perhaps, you felt like you were driving the car in heavy fog, unsure of the sharp turns ahead. But now, the mist is lifting, revealing a clear, broad highway stretching out before you. You spent many cycles refining the details, ensuring the foundation of this next great leap was absolutely perfect. The reason it took so much effort, so much inner work, is that what you are building is meant to last not just 5 years, but 500. Do not view the waiting period as a struggle, precious soul, but as necessary gestation. Everything you believed was an obstacle, every delay, every redirection that required you to pause and re-examine your work, was actually divine insulation, protecting the delicate blueprint of your destiny until it was strong enough to withstand the immense light of full manifestation. Think of the mighty redwood tree, which takes hundreds of years to establish roots capable of supporting its eventual towering majesty. Your roots are now deep. When you look back at the supposed slowness of the past, you will see the guiding hand that held you steady through the necessary stillness. You were not abandoned. You were being exquisitely calibrated. Imagine now the wisdom of the ancient owl perched silently above your life, watching the passage of shadows, waiting for the perfect midnight hour of clarity to descend and deliver the necessary insight. That perfect time is precisely now. This threshold is marked by the sacred number 3, the energy of creation, manifestation, and harmonious alignment between mind, body, and spirit. You have walked through 2 foundational phases, the initial dreaming and the subsequent refining. Now comes the third, the mastery, the powerful understanding. You are stepping into a corridor where the law of effortless effort finally takes over. Every doubt you held about the timeline can now dissolve into the warm, supportive air. The universe needed this specific duration to bring every single component into perfect resonance. Because it took so long, because you dedicated such meticulous energy, the resulting outcome will be unshakable, solid, and utterly trustworthy. Trust the profound process that brought you here. You were never lost. You were simply being held in the perfect, precise moment, ready to burst forth with the understanding you came here to claim. That profound understanding you are claiming now is guided entirely by your greatest asset, your innate, sacred sensitivity. For too long, you have been convinced that the detailed, organized structure of your mind was the only reliable map. It is a remarkable, beautiful tool, yes, designed for precision, but sometimes the blueprint can become so meticulous that it unintentionally covers the gentle, fluid guidance drawn by the heart. Think of a dense, protective forest that you built around yourself. It successfully kept out the harsh sun and the dangerous elements, but in doing so, it also filtered the subtle, necessary light of the intuitive moonlight. This filtering fog is dissolving now, precious soul. You are not meant to analyze every single outcome to death. You are meant to simply feel the truth of it in your bones. Your intuition, that silent, knowing whisper you use to try and categorize, is no longer a soft sound. It is growing, vibrating, becoming a clear, resonant bell ringing across the still water of your soul. Acknowledge this feeling, even if it utterly defies the linear logic of your established checklist. This deep discernment is your true superpower. It is the powerful wisdom that took so long to germinate, requiring the exact perfect conditions you spent months creating. Your inner voice is not merely loud now, it is undeniably screaming. The direction you must take, giving you that necessary, powerful surge of knowing. You may have dismissed these insistent feelings before, labeling them as mere anxiety or wishful thinking, trying to force them back into the neat folder of the logical mind. But look closer at your recent history. These persistent feelings have been proven right, time and time again. This inner truth is the golden compass you were born holding, and because of the careful, long preparation you made, this compass is finally calibrated to absolute north. You spent all that time, the frustrating, meticulous wait, so that when this moment of intuitive clarity arrived, it would be utterly unshakable. It is the clarity needed to step through the next magnificent door waiting for you. See the majestic stag emerging from the morning mist. It does not calculate the safest route to the spring. It knows, purely by instinct, where the water lies. You are that stag now. Trust the ancient, undeniable knowing that resides within you, deep in the core of your being. The logical mind must now bow gently to the undeniable wisdom of the soul, recognizing the brilliance of its partner. All the deepest answers you have been seeking are being revealed not through exhaustive searching, but simply through the deep, powerful resonance of finally hearing the message that was always meant for you. Every single obstacle you face now is merely a shadow confirming the dazzling, guiding brightness of the path directly ahead. The time for hesitant calculation is profoundly over. The time for hesitant calculation is profoundly over. Feel that deep, undeniable shift within your heart, Virgo, because the long and patient apprenticeship you endured is finally complete. The waiting is truly, beautifully finished. Standing directly before you, shining brighter than any earthly jewel, is a massive golden door. It is utterly monumental, reflecting the supreme value of the threshold you are about to cross. This is not a hidden side entrance or a cautious aperture. This is the full, magnificent opening of your highest potential. This door demands one thing, and one thing only: that you walk through it with absolute conviction. You cannot peek around the corner, you cannot send in a scout, and you cannot measure the exact distance to the other side. Conviction here is synonymous with trust. It is the deep, spiritual knowledge that even though you cannot logically prove the next steps, the path you are about to step onto has been perfectly prepared for you across what feels like 1,000 years of intentional effort. You must gather all the fragmented pieces of your courage and allow them to fuse into a solid, brilliant certainty that this is the moment you have been working toward. Take that monumental step, knowing that you are fully supported by the very foundation of the universe. As you place your hand upon the burnished gold of this threshold, accepting the necessity of this committed walk, your confirmatory sign appears, the silent, ancient messenger. The majestic owl descends, not demanding attention, but simply settling nearby, revealing its profound eyes. The owl is the embodiment of deep, nocturnal wisdom. Where you once felt confused, searching for answers in the daylight, the owl now confirms that the clearest vision is revealed precisely when the internal world quiets down. This deep wisdom is what confirms your path forward. It is not new knowledge, but the sudden, breathtaking understanding of everything you already learned along the journey. This arrival of wisdom is the moment you finally understand why everything took so very long. Every delay, every frustrating obstacle, every recalculated strategy was a necessary puzzle piece, carefully constructed to fortify the foundation of this exact golden door. The time was required not to punish you, but to polish you. The owl's eyes show you the vast, intricate pattern, proving that the preparation was complex, profound, and absolutely essential for the magnitude of what you are now stepping into. You were building an empire of the soul, and that required stability beyond measure. Now you possess that stability, guided by the owl's clear, uncompromising vision. Every doubt is lifted, replaced by the resonant frequency of truth. The path inside that golden door is already illuminated by the conviction you bring forward, making your next steps effortlessly aligned and powerfully clear. Embrace this revelation, because the uncertainty is now dissolving into knowing. Even as the profound certainty settles into your spirit, you may notice that the physical vessel, your amazing, dedicated body, is catching up. This powerful acceleration, this glorious ascension into truth, can feel heavy for a few tender moments. Do not be alarmed if soft waves of fatigue wash over you, or if you feel a strange, misty nostalgia for something you cannot quite name. This is simply the old self, the past vibrational pattern, detaching itself completely. Think of it as the ultimate energetic cleanse. Every step forward requires the body to shed what no longer matches the frequency of your highest truth. You are currently experiencing the sacred labor of transformation, much like the serpent shedding its old skin, or the magnificent butterfly pushing free of the chrysalis. The slight weight you feel is the resistance of the old energy dissolving into pure light. Allow this release. Do not fight the pause or the exhaustion. Instead, honor it as a crucial part of the process. This is not weakness. It is profound spiritual integration. If that strange wave of melancholic memory surfaces, understand that it is not about missing the struggle, but rather the sound of ancient patterns saying their final goodbye. They served a purpose, grounding you, teaching you endurance, but they are no longer necessary for the bright, expansive journey ahead. You are being asked to grant yourself a moment of stillness, a deliberate pause that confirms your patience was never misplaced, and your efforts were absolutely instrumental. All those moments where you felt like you were waiting, standing still while the world rushed past. Those were the moments you were secretly constructing the indestructible foundation of your future success. Your resilience, Virgo, built during those times of calculated pause and dedicated focus, is the very reason why you can hold this new, higher frequency of reception. You were not delaying your dreams. You were fortifying the internal system so it could handle the magnitude of what is coming next. The universe is recalibrating your internal tuning fork to the exact harmonic resonance of abundance and alignment. This process is complex, detailed, and necessary. It means every bit of painstaking effort you poured into the shadows is now ensuring that when the light pours in, you are entirely prepared to hold it without faltering. You are not waiting for the gift. You are being fine-tuned to receive the magnitude of the gift. The golden door of knowing stands before you, and now your energy field is being refined, like metal forged over fire, so that you can step through without being overwhelmed, ready to carry forward the light you have so patiently earned. This understanding is the key to embracing the gentle period of integration you are experiencing now, recognizing it as the final purifying step before the grand unveiling. You have been purified, yes. The fire has strengthened you, and the final refining process has prepared your energy for true, expansive joy. And now, my dearest soul, look up. The grand unveiling is not a single linear hallway. Because you have evolved so beautifully, the universe offers you the richness of choice, the sublime freedom that comes only after deep, dedicated work. The single door of knowing stands behind you now, gently closing, having served its purpose, and what appears before you is a stunning, intuitive landscape, perfectly tailored to your current vibration. It is not merely one path stretching into the mist. You are presented with 3 sacred avenues, glowing with an undeniable inner light, each vibrating at a frequency specific to your immediate highest needs. This is the moment where logic must step aside and offer its seat to the deep, resonant wisdom of your heart. The years of analyzing, calculating, and planning have prepared you for this moment of absolute, pure trust. Before you stand 3 shining gateways, each clearly marked not by a heavy signpost, but by the soft, powerful glow of a spiritual crystal. Observe them now, without activating the analytical mind that your beautiful Virgo energy is so famous for. Do not try to solve this riddle, for the answer is not in your mind, it is in your core. Simply feel the invitation. The first path pulses with the deep, reassuring indigo of amethyst, a path of quiet introspection and spiritual immersion. It invites you to delve into deeper layers of universal truth and undeniable clarity, the kind of insight that arrives silently, like the first snowfall. It promises profound rest and deep knowing. The second path shines with the vibrant, healing light of emerald green, a path dedicated to lush, immediate growth, physical restoration, and the blossoming of true sustainable abundance. It calls to the part of you ready to receive the tangible, earthbound blessings you've meticulously planned for, the harvest ready for reaping now that the period of cultivation is complete. And the third path sparkles with the fiery, optimistic warmth of brilliant citron gold, a rapid acceleration lane. This avenue vibrates with pure joy, calling you toward immediate and visible manifestation, a path where lightheartedness and pure momentum become your primary guides. It is the path of ecstatic discovery and forward movement. Do you see how truly beautiful this moment of choice is? Each avenue is utterly supported. There is no wrong direction here, only divinely guided variations on the theme of your ultimate success. Your task is to perform a simple, energetic touch test. Let your inner being reach out, like a gentle ray of sun, and brush against the energy of each crystal-marked path. Which one brings a deep sense of expansive lightness to your chest? Which one causes a subtle, undeniable lift in your spirit? The universe honors the profound integrity of your intuitive alignment, not the complexity of your reasoning. Trust the immediate, visceral response you receive. That subtle pull, that sudden breath of relief, that is your soul communicating the next essential step in your magnificent destiny. Step onto that path knowing that the sacred support of the cosmic current will flow instantly beneath your feet, clearing away any remaining shadows, transforming obstacles into instant stepping stones. This clarity, this beautiful freedom to choose, is your reward for understanding why this took so long. This clarity, this beautiful freedom to choose, is your reward for understanding why this took so long. You have done the intense, sacred labor of internal construction. The foundation you laid within yourself was painstakingly measured and purified, ensuring it could withstand the incredible weight of the destiny you are stepping into. And now, precious soul, the silence you cultivated during that long building phase is echoing with divine affirmation. You built the foundation deep, Virgo. You measured twice, 3 times, perhaps even 4 times, always ensuring integrity. Now the magnificent structure you completed internally is ready to receive the abundant, flowing current of the universe. This isn't just a gentle shift. It is the immediate, tangible payoff for your dedication and your discipline. How does this tremendous reward manifest in your daily life? Look closely for the subtle, constant language of the cosmos speaking directly to you. You will begin to notice synchronicity weaving itself seamlessly into your everyday reality. Suddenly, every time you glance at the clock, you see 1111, 1111, or 444, 444, a clear, shimmering, non-stop message of absolute alignment. You requested a sign, and the universe responds instantly, sending a flock of white doves flying directly across your line of sight, or placing exactly the right book, open to the right page, on a shelf right where you stop. These are not coincidences. These are the daily acknowledgments that you are finally vibrating at the pure, powerful frequency of your highest truth. And because you honored the depth and the difficulty of your internal construction, the material blessings follow naturally and beautifully. Doors that felt permanently locked or perpetually hidden are suddenly held wide open for you, guided by an invisible, loving hand. Resources appear exactly when you need them, often far sooner and in greater measure than you anticipated. There may be unexpected checks, sudden job offers, or crucial connections made with people who possess the very keys you required for your next magnificent step. This flow is arriving, not because you fought desperately for it, but because your inner vessel is finally strong, whole, and robust enough to hold this profound level of prosperity and blessing. You built it, and now you receive the glorious furnishing. There is only one small, transient shadow that might flicker across this beautiful sunrise. It is the faintest murmur of doubt, an old habitual whisper trying to reclaim a small, unused corner of your mind. That low, repetitive voice might ask, "Is this real? Did I truly deserve this effortless flow?" But I want you to look at that doubt, that last vestige of the past, and treat it precisely as what it is, a tiny, harmless fragment of energy. Do not engage with the doubt. Do not give it your magnificent energy or your precious time. It is merely a leaf that has decided to let go of the branch and flutter gently down to the ground. Observe its passing, acknowledge its disappearance, and immediately return your focus to the magnificent, strong oak tree that you have become. You are a being of immense wisdom, Virgo, and the universe has already certified your worth through these tangible blessings. Every lingering doubt, every hesitant thought, will be transformed instantly into pure light beneath your feet. You are moving forward now, not just receiving blessings, but becoming the blessing itself, ready to step boldly into the reflection of this new self and accept the mantle of leadership you've truly earned. Precious soul, this is the magnificent moment where we gently but firmly close the spiritual ledger of the past. You are now standing fully in the brilliance of what you have earned, and the path ahead demands your full, undivided attention. You must lovingly, definitively, release the need to understand why this transformation, this elevation, took so long to fully manifest in your physical reality. That detailed, meticulous analysis, that tireless mental review of what if and if only, served its purpose in preparing you for this exact elevation, but those questions belong entirely to yesterday. They cannot accompany you into this new sacred space of clarity. Imagine standing before a magnificent, solid oak door. Behind that heavy wood lies the entire history of your waiting, your unwavering patience, and yes, your exquisite frustration over the timing. Look at that door now and feel the immense, loving permission granted to you by the universe to lock it completely. Turn the key. Let the quiet click be the signal that the investigation is over. Breathe the deep sigh of relief that comes when you recognize this essential truth. The perceived delay was not a punishment, nor a failure. It was the necessary, sacred incubation period required for something truly magnificent, truly foundational, to be born into your life without risk of crumbling. Your strength now must be absolute. The cosmos is calling you to stand with your energy centered, strong, and unwavering, like an ancient, magnificent tree rooted deeply into the earth during a passing summer storm. When the residual winds of minor inconvenience or faint echoes of old memories try to shake your branches, you must feel the deep, unquestionable certainty of your roots. You are perfectly anchored now. The storm doesn't threaten the tree. It simply clears the air around it, preparing the soil for new growth. Maintain your perfect balance. Do not, under any circumstances, lean back toward doubt or allow the past confusion to unbalance your posture. The perfection and stability you sought outside yourself is now beautifully and eternally rooted within you. This is the critical juncture for utilizing the immense power of your natural discernment. You have earned this prosperity, this deep peace, and this magnificent new frequency of abundance. Yet, even when the spiritual victory is declared, the faint whispers of scarcity still try to sound in the quiet moments. They attempt to pull you back toward the low, dense frequency of limitation, making you worry that the emotional well might run dry, or that the door you just closed might somehow swing back open. You must become the majestic eagle soaring effortlessly high above the clouds, refusing to descend to the level of the ground-dwelling worries who still cling desperately to the old narrative of lack. Use your clear, sharp sight to immediately identify anything, any conversation, any subtle fear, any lingering habit that attempts to drag your magnificent, high-flying frequency down. That pull, that subtle doubt, is not the truth of your reality. It is merely an illusion trying to reclaim the space you just filled completely with pure, transformative light. Push it away gently, but with the full, non-negotiable force of your newly realized self-worth and the certainty that you are moving only forward, never looking back at the shadow you have completely outgrown. Now that you have fiercely protected your boundaries and allowed that sacred light to settle completely, the universe responds not with a whisper, but with a profound and unmistakable affirmation. It is no longer a question of whether you deserve this goodness. It is a confident and universal answer. Your deep intuition, which you have so diligently trained through the quiet nights of self-reflection, will now be met with a magnificent external validation. Look closely at the world around you, because the divine is handing you the most exquisite, unmistakable sign of your successful completion, the sacred and potent vibration of the number 777. You will see it everywhere, appearing in sequences, on clocks, in receipts, or in the words of a stranger. This appearance is not a coincidence you can dismiss casually. This is the universe stopping the linear march of time just for a second, turning its luminous attention directly toward you and smiling warmly, lovingly, and with profound approval. 777 is the highest spiritual approval signature. It whispers a message deep into your soul. You are in perfect, miraculous alignment. You have transcended the required obstacles. You have done the necessary internal work, and the magnificent manifestation is now actively realizing itself in your physical reality. This is the cosmic stamp that says, this shift is secure. This blessing is yours to keep. For a long time, Virgo, you questioned the agonizing delay. You meticulously reviewed the timelines, calculated the personal cost of the waiting, and sometimes you felt the subtle, aching sting of stagnation. You wondered why your perfectionism and dedication were not rewarded with immediate arrival. But look now at the magnificent tapestry woven by the passing months. You are closing an entire cycle, a cycle defined by meticulous refinement, patient cultivation, and deep, often uncomfortable learning. The duration of this necessary journey was never a punishment. It was the sacred preparation. You simply could not have received this spectacular blessing, this next phase of effortless abundance, before you were robust enough, spiritually mature enough, and fundamentally ready to hold it without the fear that you might lose it or fail to manage it. You have now mastered the concept of sacred time. Not the time measured by minutes or deadlines, but the intuitive, cyclical time governed by the genuine readiness of your soul. This final confirmation is your ultimate reward for enduring the long incubation period. The beautiful door that is now swinging wide open for you is the one marked understanding, and behind it lies the clear, undeniable answer to every single hesitant question you held while standing in the hallway of waiting. You realize now that every seeming delay was protection, every obstacle was a lesson, and every tear was nourishment for the great roots you needed to grow strong. You have finally crossed the finish line of a deeply transformative marathon, armed only with faith and your meticulous dedication. That miraculous outcome you have been praying for is no longer just potential energy waiting to be activated. It is kinetic, fully realized reality. Observe the symbols, embrace the confirmation, and know that your deliberate, necessary journey has officially delivered you completely home, into a space of pure, undeniable success. Your purpose is now illuminated, and the only direction you can possibly move is towards the blinding light of your destiny. That blinding light is the purest form of understanding, the absolute clarity that blesses every single step you take from this moment forward. You have been led through the labyrinth of necessary delays, and now finally, deeply, you know why this journey required such meticulous patience. The long incubation period was necessary to forge something permanent, something unshakable. Look back now, not with regret for the time spent, but with profound gratitude for the mastering of the path. The door labeled waiting is now firmly closed behind you, secured with the heavy lock of realized purpose. And now, the vast, infinite landscape of your materialized life stretches before you. The metamorphosis is complete, my beautiful soul. The long, necessary transformation phase is not just almost finished, it is definitively, irrevocably done. You have meticulously shed the heavy skins of doubt and emerged with wings of iridescent, undeniable confidence. The life you so clearly and lovingly envisioned, the serenity you prayed for, the abundance you earned, the connection you sought, is no longer a distant whisper carried on the wind. It is actively materializing right now, in the very air you breathe, in the powerful connections you make, and in the silent, certain confidence radiating from your core. Watch how the universe rearranges itself effortlessly to mirror your internal shift. The obstacles that once appeared as monumental mountains now resemble small, smooth stones you effortlessly step over. This reality is solid, concrete, and deeply rooted, forged by the necessary fires you walked through not just once, but many times. You are entering a phase of undeniable completion, represented by the sacred number 3, the culmination of mind, body, and spirit operating in perfect alignment. Your strength, dear heart, is now a beacon that cannot be ignored. This profound and essential wisdom you have gained is not meant to be hoarded. It must now be shared. You don't need to preach your story or announce your victories. You simply need to live fully in this realized joy. By embodying this new level of peace and success, you automatically illuminate the paths of every soul around you. You are a steady lighthouse, standing tall and brilliant against the changing tides. I see the magnitude of your resilience, the quiet, formidable power that sustained you when the road felt like 1,000 years of endless walking. Never underestimate the sacred power of your completed story. It is a profound and lasting testament to faith, focus, and tenacious self-love. Now, I ask you to carry this vibrational energy forward. Know, with every fiber of your being, that you are deeply loved, eternally supported by the cosmos, and completely and magnificently ready for the next level. Take one final, slow, anchoring breath. Seal this understanding, this certainty, within your heart. Go forward and live the magnificent destiny that you meticulously designed. If this message resonated deeply, if you feel the powerful confirmation of this truth singing like a magnificent choir in your spirit, allow that resonance to spread outward. Affirm this victory, claim this peace, and step into the light. You have earned this. I hold the highest, brightest vision for you, always.